Good morning. Session with me. Today I'm going to take you behind the scenes of the Triathlon Nutrition Academy program and what it actually looks like when you are a member. So I'm actually going to share my screen with you over on the Dietitian Approved Facebook page. So if you do want to see what I'm looking at, then you want to head over there. Alrighty, so hello everyone. Hey Leslie. Hey Dietitian. Hey Robin May Fox. Alrighty, so hey, Lara. How you going? All right, Lara, if you want to see what the program looks like when you get in and what it unlocks as a member, then head over to the Dietitian Approved Facebook page, and I'm going to share my screen with you over there in a second. But before we get started, I just wanted to quickly take you through why I started the Triathlon Nutrition Academy program in the first place. And over the last sort of 13 years, I've been working with triathletes all over the world, actually. I'm based in Australia. I have a lot of Australian clients all over the country, but I've also started working with people overseas now as well. And what I noticed is that triathletes make this common same mistakes with their nutrition. So I'm kind of repeating myself over and 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 over again in private practice. And so I decided to create the Triathlon Nutrition Academy program so I can help more people. My time is extremely limited, particularly after having babies. I have absolutely zero time. I don't know where it's gone. Actually, I do know where it's gone, but it's incredibly limited. But that doesn't stop my passion to want to help more triathletes understand how to eat properly, because it is very difficult to eat for three sports, and it's not something you really know how to do unless somebody that understands the intricacies of triathlon and sports nutrition tells you how to do it. Because we often come from like a gym background or a challenges background where we do like this 8-week like quick fix type diet thing, or you might just be a runner or a swimmer or just a cyclist, and you haven't kind of understood how to eat to support three different sports, like let alone what you need to do for one. So it's a big step up. And if you come from a restriction mentality or you've done gym challenges, morning Lana, morning Jane, if you come from that sort of background where you've done challenges in the past and you know how to drop weight really quickly, that sort of way of eating is not going to sustain you and support you through triathlon training. So I really want to teach you how to do that so that you feel good when you train and when you race. A lot of triathletes have no energy at the end of the weeks, like say come Friday, you fall into a bit of a heap, or at sort of 3 o'clock in the afternoon most days, you're starting to slump and feel, tired and fatigued and just feel like you need to take a nap. But, for those of us that have to hold down a job and have to turn up on Zoom meetings or go to the office, often we can't actually stop and take a nap. So we start to crave sweet there to give us a little bit of a pick-me-up and a bit of an energy surge. So that's where we often make poor food choices. So we're looking for the cookie jar or trying to find some lollies or something to get us through that afternoon slump. Now, if you feel like that, then chances are your nutrition is not right at the start of the day. And that's something I like to teach my athletes straight off the bat, is how to actually do the work with your pre and post training nutrition first, because that's where you're going to get the best bang for your buck, and it'll help set the whole rest of your day up for success as well. So if you're feeling like that in the afternoon, it's not necessarily what you're doing there, it's what you've done earlier in the day that fixes that. So there's a lot to go through when it comes to triathlon nutrition. It's not something that you can learn in an hour. There's a lot to go through, because we're learning to support our three sports with nutrition, not just one. But phase 1 of the Triathlon Nutrition Academy program is set up to teach you the really solid foundations that I know that you need to feel like a supercharged triathlete. And it's from working with athletes all over the country for years and seeing the mistakes that they're making and all the stuff that I'm repeating myself on in private practice one-to-one. I have packaged that up in a one-stop shop for you so that you can do the learning, and then you catch me live every week to get yourself unstuck and individualize what you need to do for you. So I'm going to share my screen with you over on Facebook if you do want to go and have a look at what the program looks like in the back end. There's no secrets here. It's not a smoke and mirrors type thing. I'm a pretty open, upfront, honest type person. So I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like. So there's no surprises when you get in, and I'll talk you through how the program works. So if you've got any questions, please let me know. Pop them in the comments. I can see them. There's a few people watching on Facebook, so please say hi and let me know that you're here, because I can't actually tell who it is. Alrighty, let me share my screen on Facebook. Insta, I will keep talking to you, but if you do want to see the visuals, then jump over to the Dietitian Approved Facebook page. All right, let me share my screen. Okay, so when you log in, you will get your login immediately. So as soon as you sort of check out, you get your login. The program unlocks itself tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. So we close doors tomorrow night at 6 p.m. But if you jump in like now or tomorrow morning, then you get instant access to the program. You don't have to wait until Monday. You can jump straight in and start watching and learning. So let me share my screen. This is what it looks like when you do log into the program. So you'll see that we've got, let me just move this over. You'll see here that we've got all of the modules that we go through as part of phase 1. So there's 3 phases as part of the Triathlon Nutrition Academy. We've got phase 1, which is our fundamentals and our foundations, and that's what this is here that you can see. Phase 2 is our short course race nutrition, where we're working on your sprint and Olympic distance race nutrition plans. And phase 3 is our long course race nutrition, so 70.3 and Ironman athletes. And we go through everything you need to know to have a successful day in the office as part of those phases. So let me show you what phase 1 looks like. We've got all of our modules laid out here, so you can click into each one and learn about this particular topic. So let's jump into recovery nutrition. I'll show you what it looks like when you go into that. Each one is similar. We've got our masterclass here. This has got an introduction to it as well. So you click on this and it's the video. And each lesson's also got some downloads and worksheets as well, because for recovery nutrition, I want you to calculate specifically for you what your recovery nutrition plan is. And it's individual. It's not a blanket, everyone do this. I want you to understand what you need to do for you. So there's a worksheet. The masterclass has all the information that you need to know, and the worksheet is to help you calculate your perfect recovery meal. There's also a power hour every week for the first 8 weeks, and that's your chance to catch me live and pick my sports dietitian brain. You get access to more than 13 years of experience working with beginner triathletes that don't know how to clip in, have no idea what aero is, and have just started in the sport, to working all the way up through Kona winners and our Australian elite triathlon team when I did my work with Triathlon Australia. So there's a huge breadth of athletes there, whether you are new or old, feel like you've got things semi-sorted or have absolutely no idea. Once you've run through phase 1, you'll have a really good foundation with your nutrition to build on that over time. So that is Power Hour. We do have a recording for Power Hour if you can't make it live. Like, I realize that not everyone can make it every single week, but there is a place to submit your questions ahead of time, and I will answer them live for you whether you're there or not. So you can go back and watch the recording later at a time that suits you if you can't make it. Like, I definitely suggest making it live if you can. It's way more fun and it's interactive, and we can have more of a conversation. But if you can't make it, it doesn't matter at all, because I will still answer your question on there anyway. So these are the modules that we go through as part of phase 1. We've got recovery nutrition and pre-training nutrition, and we do those first and foremost because they are the most important. What you do around your training sessions is what's going to give you the best bang for your buck. So I want you to do that first. And if you did nothing else but worked on these 2 things, you will feel 10 times better than if you didn't have this right. Most triathletes under recover. It's either delayed and doesn't have the right timing, and it also doesn't contain the right building blocks for you. So you just need to understand what you need, and then after that, it's like smooth sailing. Same as pre-training nutrition. A lot of triathletes just do the same thing all the time before all of their sessions. They don't have that periodized approach that I talk about all the time, where you do different things before training depending on what type of training session it is. And that's really important. Like there might be sessions that you might want to fast, and there might be sessions where you might want to fuel, but you need to understand the difference between the two and what sessions you would do what for. So we do that straight away. Hi, Kylie. All right. Then we spend 2 weeks deep diving into your meal plan. So we start with the foundations of building your meal plan, and then we periodize it. So I'm going to teach you exactly how to eat differently on different training days, which is, again, one of the biggest mistakes triathletes make, is not knowing how to do this properly. So you'll have a plan and understand how to adapt your fueling and training nutrition for a light training day versus a moderate training day and then a hard training day, and what that means. That is key to your success, to your long-term success in the sport, and not getting injured and not getting sick all the time, is actually periodizing your food to training. I bang on it about it all the time. I feel like I'm a broken record, but it is like the number one thing you need to get right. If you want to train for 3 sports and, maybe hold down a job and have a family and all that sort of stuff. If you can do this right, so many things will just like click into place for you, including your body composition, if that's an area that you want to improve on. All right, my cheeks are still pink from the gym this morning. I'm looking pretty flustered on Facebook. Okay. Hey, C. Bramwell, how are you? I'm sharing my screen over on Facebook if you do want to have a look at what the Academy program looks like on the back end. All right, and then after we've done our meal planning work, so in the first 4 weeks, it's like rapid fire, let's get shit done, let's get your nutrition sorted quickly. So in 4 weeks, you'll have a day-to-day meal plan with exactly what you're doing to support your training week. Then we start to layer in that a little bit more detail that will help support you as an endurance athlete. So we've got 2 key important nutrients that you need to make sure you're getting enough of every single day. And that is iron, which is responsible for, among other things, carrying oxygen around our body, and it helps through that aerobic metabolism pathway. We need to make sure we get enough of this in our diet, because otherwise we are going to feel tired and lethargic and run down, and we're not actually performing to our body's just baseline ability, let alone adding extra layers of performance onto that. So iron is very, very important for you as a triathlete. Same as calcium. Calcium is important for, most people know, like teeth and bones, but calcium is involved in every single muscle contraction. So we need to make sure we're not limiting in our diet. Otherwise, we're just going to borrow from our bones. And if we constantly have the scales tipped in the borrowing direction, where we're borrowing calcium from our bones, then that is going to lead to weak and brittle bones and osteoporosis, either now or when we're a little bit older. So it's really important that we're getting enough calcium from our diet, and we're not borrowing from our bone reserves tipped in the direction that we're doing that more often. So I'm going to teach you exactly how much you need and how to get it, so that you can layer that into your meal plan each day and make sure you have always got your calcium intake optimized. All right, and then we move on to what you're doing on the bike and what you're doing when you run. So some really good fundamentals here with fueling the bike, which I like to call the rolling buffet, and also how to eat on your feet, which can be quite challenging for people. So, hands up if you're somebody that knows where every toilet is on your run, or that you can get to like 7 Ks before you have to find a toilet. Like, some of those things can be fixed really easily with nutrition. And the same is, like, conversely, like, people not fueling when they run, because it's so much harder to eat and drink and breathe and move. And you also have to carry everything on your body. So I've got some really good tips for you here for how to eat on your feet. And then also what you do on the bike, which I like to call the rolling buffet. All right, that is the first 8 weeks. So a lot of information to really help you lay a solid foundation when it comes to your triathlon nutrition. You get me live every week for those first 8 weeks as well, where I want you to watch the information in the masterclass and then talk to me about it. And we're just going to make sure you're clear and you know exactly what you're doing. There's no uncertainties. You're not stuck as you're going through, to make sure that you can actually put it in place now, and then you can take that knowledge and skills with you for life. All right, once we've done that, you've got 4 bonus modules at the back end to help you with some other, what I call like soft skills, to really help with you with your nutrition. Now, they are things that I know that you need, but you don't necessarily think that you need just yet. So the first one is all about getting organized. And I put that first there because, you know, information alone is not necessarily enough. You have to actually implement it. I can teach you everything you need to know, but I can't physically put food in your mouth or swat it away. Although some people would love to pay me to do that. I also can't cook for you, although again, people have offered to pay me to do that. So I need you to get yourself organized to be able to do this for yourself. And I'm going to teach you my top tips for how to actually do that in our bonus module. Then I'm also going to teach you how to read a label, so a food label or sports product labels, whatever it is that you need, because they can be quite confusing. It's hard to understand like what a serve size is and what you're looking for. So I'm going to teach you that as well. We're also talking about mindful eating, which is eating with intention and actually, hey, LNC. LNC. Sorry. Yeah, mindful eating is actually eating with intention. So as triathletes, we think we can out-train a bad diet because we have such high energy expenditure. So it's about understanding like what you need to put in your body, but then also getting maximum enjoyment out of your food, right? Because I'm a believer in food should be enjoyed. It's not a punishment. I don't believe in restriction diet type things. Food is to be loved and enjoyed. So I want to teach you how to eat and get the maximum pleasure out of your food and really be present when you are eating rather than just shoveling on the run. Hey, Angie runs a lot. Okay, and then our last bonus module is about how to translate. Hey, Rach Days. I'm sharing my screen over on Facebook if you do want to go and see what the Academy program looks like in the back end. All right, and our last one's healthy eating for eating out and takeaway. So a lot of people get really stuck when it comes to then choosing from a menu or what they do when they are grabbing takeaway. And I want to teach you how to put everything in place that we've already talked about and take that model into what you do when you're eating out. It's not like your whole plan shouldn't unravel or fall apart if you end up going out for a meal. You can still fit in the realms of what you need as a triathlete, and just I'll teach you how to pick from a menu. So that's another one of our bonus modules first and foremost. So it's really to help set you up with making sure you know exactly what you need to eat every single day to get the most out of your training program, because a lot of people fall short here. They want to take a supplement or a magic pill or potion to, you know, help their nutrition, but they actually have no idea how to recover properly or how to periodize their food on a day-to-day basis. So we're going to do a little bit of a hard work here in the beginning to get this right to start with. And that is going to be, you get to keep that forever. Like, this is not a 8-week diet or quick fix type thing. I'm going to set you up with the foundations now with what you need to do forevermore. So that is what phase 1 looks like on the inside. So like I said, we've got our module that drops every single week for those 12 weeks. And then you have a live power hour with me every week as well. So I'm literally here. You can have my brain. You can use it to your advantage, which less and less people are getting access to these days. And ask me anything. You know, like ideally it's related to the content that we're doing so that I know that you get it and you understand exactly what you're doing. But you can also ask me anything and tap into my knowledge working with triathletes for the last, 13 years. As part of the program also, you can't see it in here, but you also get access to the dietitian approved recipe database, which has got over 130 recipes in there now. and it's ever growing. It's like a cookbook that never ends. I constantly add to it so that you have recipes to follow that you can be confident they tick the right boxes for you as an athlete. So we've got enough protein in them. I can teach you how to periodize the carbohydrate side of things. There's plenty of healthy anti-inflammatory fats, and of course, lots of vitamins and minerals as well when it comes to our nutrition. So you don't have to waste hours trying to scour the internet for recipes that'll fit, or looking through cookbooks that don't have any nutrition information available. All that takes time, and it can be frustrating and confusing. So I'm giving you access to the entire database to help fast track that for you. I also know how much people hate menu planning and meal planning for the week, or just suck at it and can't get that balance right. So you also get access to a weekly menu plan for your dinners every week of the program. So phase 1, we've got 12 weeks. If you do our whole year's program, you get 12 months of menu plans. And in that, I'm going to give you your dinners for the week. So this is what you're eating. You can chop and change it. There's flexibility, but it just helps you get ideas and to make sure that your meals are balanced. I'm also giving you the shopping list to go and get everything you need to make that, and the recipe to follow. So I've taken all that stress and hard work out of menu planning for the week for you and done it, because that's my area of expertise. Like, that's my jam. That is what I do for a living. And it's something I enjoy. So we've got a good balance of protein options. There's plenty of nutrients. And I can teach you, if you want to play around with what meals are on what nights, I'm going to teach you how to decide what you're eating to best support the training of that day as well. So you get that as part of the Triathlon Nutrition Academy program too, because I want to make this easy for you. I don't want it to be hard. I don't want it to be difficult. I want to take away all the stress and effort of having to do this. And these are the tools that I'm giving you to do that. The other thing that you get that I haven't mentioned yet is access to our private and exclusive Facebook group for Academy athletes. Now, this is only for us. No one can get in there unless you're an Academy athlete. And in here, you can high five everyone as we go through. This is probably my greatest joy of the program, is seeing everyone connect with each other all over the world. And what the feedback that I've got from people on the inside is that it is also one of their favorite parts of the program, because they have an instant community of triathletes that they can pick their brain on certain things on, but also just seeing what other people are struggling with and the questions that others are asking that maybe you hadn't even thought of to ask yet, and you get to benefit from that answer as well. And you can be like comforted in the fact that everyone's in the same position or same boat as you. We're all trying to learn and understand how to do this together. We're all making the same mistakes, having the same struggles together, but we're learning together, and that's a really nice supportive environment. Hey, Chelsea, how you going? Hey, Kaz-Trey. All right, so is there any questions? Let me just check Facebook. Is there any questions as we go? You have my brain, so feel free to ask me anything. And if you do want to watch this replay back, then jump over to Facebook and watch it back so you can see my screen. But that is what it looks like on the inside. So there's no surprises. There's no smoke and mirrors. This is exactly what phase 1 looks like and what you get on the inside. There's a couple of things in the welcome module that I'll run you through. Like, we do have our own Strava group. Yeah, we're on Strava. So you can kudos everyone as we're going. I check the leaderboard regularly to see who's doing what. You can get the program on your phone as well. You don't have to be on a computer. So you literally can have an advanced sports dietitian in your pocket and take me anywhere with you. Or you can listen in on long runs or when you're on a wind trainer. I love seeing the athletes watch the masterclasses or join me for power hour when they're exercising. So generally on the wind trainer or in the gym or something like that. That makes me really happy. So that is how the program works. If you have been kind of watching along on the sidelines all week and you're like, this sounds really good, but I'm unsure, just send me a message and we can chat. Tell me what you're up to, what you're struggling with, and I can tell you if the program's a good fit for you or not. But time is ticking. Doors close tomorrow night now. We're in the final stretch. So a bit over 24 hours. They close at 6 p.m. tomorrow night, and that's Brisbane time, so Australian Eastern Standard Time. So if you are interested and you want to even read a little bit more, head to the dietitianapproved.com website, and up the top you can click on Academy, or head to dietitianapproved.com/academy to go to the page. There's a link in my Instagram bio to take you straight there, and should be able to find it on Facebook as well. All right, I might jump off. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Any questions, please let me know. I'm online all weekend because, that's how I roll. But I will see you on here live tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. just to answer any last-minute questions. Last chance to catch me live if you need anything. Otherwise, doors close tomorrow night, 6 p.m. sharp. So I will